Hello everyone, welcome back. Hi hun, my name is Phil Marriott. I am with Sean Vickers and we are enthusing about the 35th BFI Flare Festival. Is there 30? I can't believe it's the 35th.
It is hashtag BFI Flare time. I'm so excited. Yeah, we've literally just come off the 30-minute promo that has dropped onto YouTube. Get on there, looking for the BFI Flare, and we've got the first taster of the schedule, which is so exciting.
It's totes amaze. Do people still use that term? Can I use it?
now?
Before we do that though, can I just say, do you like the t-shirt? Can you see
my
it?
God, well done. Love it. Oh, you got one of the black ones. Philip will be there with the limited edition ones, babe.
I was waiting, hoping for the black version, because white, I think it looks great on other people, but for me, I like to conceal my bulges.
Can I just say that black t-shirts are for gay men of a certain age? I know.
Was that over the hill? What are you saying?
Like, my wardrobe certainly pivoted from white t-shirts to black t-shirts at a certain point in my life, and I'm never ever going back, unless it's like what are these called in America? A soaker. Let's just soaker.
Yeah, it's good if you got the buttoned-up shirt over the top.
Yeah.
It conceals a multitude of sins.
But the black t-shirt, very nice, Phil. Very nice.
And for each one sold, we should say £20, which is amazing. We'll go to the Terence Higgins Trust, THT.org UK on Twitter. Follow them now if you're not already, and of course people watching will have followed them already. But this supports people living with and affected by HIV, and also to campaign for change. So it's an amazing thing that Philip Normal is doing. Mutual friend of ours.
Mutual friend of ours. I mean, he's a superhuman. I mean, he's a small business, and he's managed to do something which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, he is kind of a one-man show, and he's got a lot of orders, so he will get to you. But incredible, £20 out of each purchase goes to THT, which is phenomenal. A mutual friend of ours. He also does all of the merchandise for Unflopped. So we are, he's a legend. Love him.
He's
Legends
an
only.
absolute darling. He really is. And he took a photo of all the bags of T-shirts ready to be posted out. I couldn't believe it. There was 8 or 10 massive bags.
Amazing. Just
T-shirts.
amazing.
Totally inundated, as he should be, because it should be really popular. Well, it is, because he's raised so much money, isn't he, for this?
Incredible numbers for THT. So well done, Philip.
Yeah, absolutely. So the BFI Flare Festival, we always look forward to this every year. In fact, the first time I met you was at Flare, I think, a few years ago with Catherine
Do you know what,
Ellis.
Phil? There might actually be a video of us meeting.
There is.
On the internet. There might be on YouTube. If you should dig that out. That's Phil and I meeting and having a right old gossip about the films from many years ago.
I think we were talking about cake at the time.
We might be talking about cake. There's always cake. BFI, Flare, and cake go hand in hand. In October of last year, LFF went fully digital, and prior to that, Flare was the first fully digital edition of the festival. So this is the second fully digital edition of the festival. And the sense you get is that they've really got their head screwed on. They know what's going on. So there's some amazing stuff going on there. And there's two things I want to kind of pick out before we dive into it, because there's some really juicy stuff.
Yeah, doesn't it just prove that how long we've been in lockdown? When you think about it, it's the second one. It's like, oh my God, please get us out of lockdown now.
So I think there's around 25 data's coming out as we talk, folks. So I think it's 25 feature films, 40 shorts. These films go out across the UK. So the amazing thing about the digital platform is you can be sat in Stoke or Edinburgh or Sheffield, and you can watch these films. So it's kind of democratized across the country. So an amazing opportunity for people to watch films which primarily and previously would have been very London focused. So I think that's amazing.
It's a major plus, isn't it? Because obviously lockdown has affected businesses and the film industry in a negative way, but this is a real plus, and we need that positivity, I think, for
Agreed.
to consider what's happened over the last year.
And the second thing I want to talk about is 5 Films for Freedom. So BFI Flare, again, have partnered with the British Council, and there'll be 5 Films for Freedom that's available on the British Council YouTube that will be available worldwide, which I also think is kind of amazing. So there's 3 main sections: hearts, body, minds.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, you can correct me, Phil, if I'm wrong.
Maybe bodies.
Is it bodies? It
two
may
bodies
be
together, intertwined.
Two bodies. One body, 2 bodies. Bodies. Yes.
Yeah, one body would be a bit sad, wouldn't it? Really.
So let's do hearts. So anything grab you in the hearts strand?
Well, I love the title alone, Drama Rama.
Dramarama. Yep, great title.
Sold.
Looks good. Sign me up. One of the biggies that they've really talked about so far is Firebird, which is the Peter Raban movie, which is set. It's like love in a Soviet Russia in the 80s.
Yeah.
There's a love triangle. I'm already like, yes, please, sign me up.
Again,
right on my
80s,
tree.
sold.
Exactly.
Just 80s alone.
I know they've mentioned a few films today. Firebird was one of them, so I'm actually super excited about that movie. And then Kiss Me Before It Blows Up, directed by Sherelle Peleg, which is another cross-border story of love. If I understand correctly, it's 2 generations of Israeli women fall for a German woman and a Palestinian man, and chaos follows. That's all I need. I'm done. Yeah. Sign me up. Sounds amazing.
And the greenhouse looked quite intriguing as well. It's really hard to get, a full picture, obviously, unless you've read the emails that they send out and the brochure, which used to obviously come to us when we used to go to the actual launch. But yeah, I do like having that brochure in my hands, because I'm like funny with an email, because it all just gets lost on me a little bit. But yeah,
The Greenhouse, I think, is the Aussie movie. Now I may be wrong. There is a recent movie called by The Greenhouse, which is an Aussie movie. But yeah, it looked great. It may be that there's 2 movies, but it looked great. As I say, listeners and viewers, we're literally getting this hot off the presses. So yeah, you're going to go almost like a reaction video from Phil and I.
Bodies. There are a few actual films that really jumped out at me. The first one was The Dose, which is the macabre hospital drama.
I knew you were going to I saw The Dose, and I was like, oh, Phil's going to really love The Dose.
I'm all over it. And it looks really moody as well. The lighting, it's all very low light.
I noticed
very
that.
Creepy. There's a film about a jazz musician called No Ordinary Man, which looked really good as well. And the obituary of Tunde Johnson.
They all look fab. Tunde, they all look really fab. It's interesting you've picked those 3 out, because I'll tell you what I've picked out. I love the look of all of those things. One thing to note is I saw that I Am Samuel is back. Now, we reviewed I Am Samuel at LFF.
I recognise that, of course, because I remember that from the LFF, because I said to Jeremy as we were watching it, it's like that's been on already at the
so we saw that, and you and I have discussed I Am Samuel at length, so that's on one of our videos. There is, and excuse me readers, because I'm reading and I am like a granny, so please do bear with me, a film called Cowboys by Anna Kerrigan, which looks really fab. And Jump Darling. Now, I believe Jump Darling is the international premiere. So the international premiere will be at BFI Flare. It's by Phil Connell. It looks really fab. It's about a rookie drag queen reeling from a breakup, escapes to the country, where he finds his grandmother in steep decline, yet desperate to avoid the local nursing home.
And there's a really interesting film about body positivity as well, which is called Well Rounded, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
And then Minds. So I think, again, one of the big standout films that have been talked about is Rebel Dykes by Hari Shanahan.
And the producer is Siobhan Fahy.
Yes, that's so true.
And also Debbie from Eckerbelly and Curve is featured in this movie as well.
I did not know that, but that makes it even more compelling.
A very brief snippet of her in the clip that they showed earlier on.
It looks fab. It's about London in the early 80s. Again, big tick, Phil. Personal testimonies, unseen archive. I mean, it's right up yours and mine street. So I'm just a bit like, yes, please, Rebel Dykes, sign me up. Where can I watch it?
I heard about this. I think it was something to do with Ducky. I think there was maybe a mention of it at Ducky, or a performance piece that was related to this film, or maybe the director.
It does definitely ring a bell.
It's very Ducky-esque.
Very. The other one I was really excited about is Mama Gloria. I'm going to read you some of the blurb, viewers, because it's too fab.
Yeah, go on.
At a time when Black transgender women in America have an average life expectancy of under 40, Gloria Allen's life and story is not only surprising but seldom seen. The 73-year-old grew up in the 1950s and 60s amid the celebrated sissy balls on Chicago's South Side, and transitioned from George after high school with the support of the women in her family. Her mother, Alma, a former showgirl and jet centerfold who taught her about makeup. Her grandmother, Mildred, a seamstress who designed clothes for her. And her great-aunt, Fanny, a former house slave who taught her etiquette. It just sounds mega. I literally, we were just watching it with my husband, who's also an avid film lover. And we were just like, oh yes, it's so well placed. And I think from what I've seen from the snippets, I'm really, really excited.
And talking of divas, AIDS diva, Connie Norman.
Oh yeah.
That looked really interesting.
Incredible.
And a film called Cured as well.
Cured. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Cured. Yeah, it looks really good. So I think, again, some really, really strong and powerful movies in the
thought-provoking stuff.
Strand.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
as there always is at the BFI Flare Film Festival. And also the shorts as well.
Well, I was going to come to the shorts first.
We have spoken about this before, because the shorts is a section that I do overlook, and I'm, hands up, I will admit that, and I shouldn't, because I'm running to the features, but I'm going to pay more attention to the shorts definitely this year.
So if you've seen Shorts with Sean, that was at the LFF. Maybe I'll do Shorts with Sean again. Crafty little plug.
The link is up there.
So before I go into the sections, what I also noticed is in the shorts strand, they're showing Buck again. Buck we saw at LFF, which is one of my faves.
Yeah.
So if you do get a chance to see Buck again, it's mega. Shorts is in 7 areas, and again, I'm going to read them out because I have a dreadful memory. So it's beginnings and endings, for the record, heart's desires, into the unknown, queer as in question everything, shapes we make, spaces we take, and striving to be seen. So 7 areas within the shorts. I will be diving into those. All the shorts are free, so everyone should get in there. I'm sure once I've had a chance to digest them, Phil, I'll give you some of my thoughts on that, but very excited about the short movies.
Amazing. And it's 12 days of the best new LGBTIQ plus cinema from around the world, features and shorts, and of course special events and so much more. And it's all online this year, making it easy, like you said, Sean, earlier, for everybody, wherever you are, to watch this stuff. It's a celebration of queer cinema, and it's happening between the 17th and the 28th of March. And obviously we'll be covering stuff before that, because we'll be getting access to some of those films to review those and unpack those features and shorts. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
It's like hashtag BFI Flare. So excited. Yeah, really thrilled. Can't wait to get into those movies and share them with all of you out there. So yeah, very excited.
Definitely. And all the details down below, so check out the description. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. There's plenty more on the way. So we'll see you soon. Good to see you, Sean.
Thanks, Phil. Bye, everyone.